Konnichiwa everyone, this is Sephiroth Sword 57, and I'm quite upset right now. I'm sure you have all heard the bad news already. Yes, EVO 2020 has been cancelled. EVO is the most important time of the year for fighting game fans such as myself, and I was looking forward to watching the intense flow of Tekken 7, the elegant grace of Under Night in Birth, the blood-pumping excitement of Dragon Ball Fighters, the classy but fierce Street Fighter V, the captivating and kawaii Granblue Fantasy Versus, the critical and strategic Soul Calibur 6, and the honorable and righteousness of Samurai Showdown. At first, the news hit me with sadness and sorrow. But after hearing the reason why EVO 2020 was cancelled, that sadness instead turned into burning fury. The reason why EVO 2020 was cancelled was because certain people from the fighting game community had been exposed as sexual predators. And can you guess what part of the community it was from? Well, it was from the Super Smash Bros. Community, of course. You all know my stance on Smash Bros. And its community. And to be honest, I'm not particularly surprised to hear about these allegations. So that is why EVO 2020 was cancelled. But let's talk about how it was cancelled. That's right, it's not a coincidence that EVO 2020 was cancelled just days before the event. Listen closely, because this is important. After hearing this, you will realize that Smash Bros. And its community wasn't as super as you thought it was. Let's start by introducing a certain key individual. His name is Masahiro Sakurai, the creator of Super Smash Bros. For the average human being and Nintendo fan, this man looks like your average Japanese man. But for us who are more experienced, we can detect a more foul, eldritch demeanor emanating from this man. It is evident that he's hiding something, but the main reason to be suspicious of him is of course that he works for Nintendo. That means that Super Smash Bros. Ultimate wasn't created to be a game, but to be used for a specific purpose. I've been trying to figure out what that purpose is for years now. At first, I thought that the reason why he created Smash Bros. Was to manipulate smaller developers into putting their characters in Smash so that Nintendo at some point could acquire them for their own. But it wasn't until earlier this week that I realized I was wrong. That is of course one of Smash Bros. Purposes. But the main reason why Super Smash Bros. Ultimate was created was to infiltrate the fighting game community and take direct control over it. In doing so, they would be able to seize all the games associated with the FGC and make them into Nintendo's properties. That is what Masahiro Sakurai was setting out to do from the beginning. And I gotta give him credit, it looks like it was working for a while. Until he made a big mistake. Let's go back to mid-May of this year. Due to the C virus, it was announced that EVO 2020 would be an online event only. And with that decision, they had to remove Super Smash Bros. Ultimate from their lineup of games, which was first great news for us fighting game fans. The reason why Smash Bros. Ultimate was removed from the lineup is because Nintendo's garbage broken baby online system that they use for their games that don't work properly. So EVO had no choice but to remove it from the lineup. And here is where Masahiro Sakurai made his huge mistake. This announcement put him in a fit of rage, and he decided in his anger that he is gonna get revenge on EVO and the FGC. This is very typical behavior of someone like him. He could have just let this one go and waited until next year's EVO. But instead he did something drastic. He received a bunch of help from higher-ups at Nintendo and the Yakuza to get information on people in the Smash community. With this, he was able to expose a bunch of bad people from the Smash community, and it all spread across the internet. But Seph-sama, you might ask, why didn't they use any of the other communities for this? Wouldn't it be bad for them to expose their own community? And the answer to that is no. Masahiro Sakurai knows his fanbase the best, and he knew that people like that exist within the Smash community, so it was a safe bet for him. With this, Masahiro Sakurai knew that EVO 2020 would be shut down, and he would get his revenge. Sakurai himself was probably worried at first that these actions would screw him over in the end. But it's gonna take a lot more to convince brainwashed Smash Bros. Fans, who will defend their franchise over anything. So to sum it all up, Sakurai exposed the Smash Bros. Community to cancel EVO 2020 just so that he could get his revenge for Smash Bros. Being dropped from the lineup for this year's EVO, and in turn ruin it for the rest of the community who are innocent and just wanted to enjoy some fighting game tournaments. Hashtag Stop Smash Bros. Ultimate is more relevant than ever right now, so make sure you do the right thing and let people know about this travesty. We can't let them keep getting away with this. I've been preaching about this for years now, and besides the swordlings, people aren't listening to me. Just look at all the dislikes on the Joker video I made before. It clearly shows that people refuse to listen because they've been conditioned to blindly listen to their master, Masahiro Sakurai. But now it has reached a point where even doctrinate fanboys can't escape the truth anymore. Smash Bros. And its community is a plague that's gonna keep spreading if we don't do anything right now. It's been a problem for years, whether it's the broken unplayable gameplay, its Dokusei fanbase who looks down on the rest of the FGC, or the recently exposed people from the community. For those of you who are skeptical, onegai, listen to what I'm saying. This is something that doesn't exist in any of the other fighting game communities. I don't care what happens to Smash Bros. As long as this madness stops, so that other actual good innocent developers, players and communities don't have to be dragged down into this mess and be abused like they have in the past. I'm sure I was able to convince some of you the dangers of Smash Bros. And how we need to act now before it's too late. Be sure to use the hashtag StopSmashBrothersUltimate when talking about this issue on social media. That is all I wanted to say for this video. Now, I hope that my next video will be something more positive. It's just too bad that we have to be punished for something other people have done, especially since it was all intentional. I will see you all later, and I hope you can have a good night, evening, morning, or day. Moshi mosh!